And the new Ghostface killer is Matt the Bat. Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Bat here. Last evening, around 7:30, we got breaking news on the new Scream movie, Scream 6. I'm going to be shooting next month in June for a March 2023 release. We just got the new Scream in January of this year, and we're already moving forward with another Scream. I'm very excited about that. As I mentioned many times before on my show, Scream is one of my favorite horror franchises ever since I was a little shit. It was the summer of 2000, and my brother and I went over to our neighbor's house, and we binged the first 3 Scream movies, and the new Scream 3 at the time, just came out on video. So we went over to the neighbor's house and watched all 3 of them, and I was hooked ever since. I saw Scream 4 in the theater in April of 2011 in Savannah during my junior year, second quarter. That was the first Scream movie I saw in theaters. And then obviously this January I saw the new Scream. And I'm just going to call it Scream 5. Even though it's called Scream, it's Scream 5. And now we're getting a Scream 6 already. Which some people are surprised that it's coming so quickly. But I think a lot of people forget the first Scream movie came out in December of 96. That's right, 1996. And then the second one, Scream 2, came out in December 1997. 1 year later. And in that 1 year, they were able to greenlit a sequel, write the script, cast the movie, shoot the movie, edit the movie, market the movie, and have it out exactly a year later. And guess what? Scream 2 is considered one of the best sequels in the horror genre, especially in the Scream franchise. But last night, anyway, getting back to why you're here in the first place. Last night, I came upstairs after eating dinner, opened my computer up, refreshed my Facebook screen, and boom! Breaking news. Hayden Panettiere is returning to the Scream franchise for Scream 6. Hayden Panettiere played Kirby Reed in Scream 4 back in April of 2011, and she is by far one of the best characters in this franchise. Outside of the original, trio of Sydney, Gale, and Dewey, outside of them, I would say the 3 best characters we've had in Scream, still to this day, that's counting the new one that just came out in January, would be Schumacher, played by Matthew Lillard, Randy, Kennedy. What is it? Jake Kennedy? Jason Kennedy? Kennedy. And then Hayden Panettiere, Kirby Reed from Scream 4. A lot of people were mad that they thought they killed her off in Scream 4. But like we say in movies, if you don't see a body, they're not dead. And guess what? We didn't see her officially dead. We didn't see her on a stretcher at the end of the movie. We didn't see a white sheet over her body. So guess what? Kirby Reed is still alive. And in fact, in Scream 5, during one video when Richie, played by Jack Quaid, was doing some research on his computer, on the side of this YouTube channel, you see a Kirby Reed interview from her night with Ghostface, Survivor. So she survived. This is great news. I am so excited. Like I said, Kirby Reed is one of my favorite characters in the Scream franchise. She's smart. She's nerdy. She's pretty. She can kick ass. I mean, she's the girl that was supposed to technically take the place of Nev Campbell as the new Sydney moving forward. In fact, if you go back to like 2013, 2014, because when they did Scream 4, Scream 4 was supposed to be the start of a new trilogy, 4, 5, and 6. But because Scream 4 didn't make it in the box office as much, even only on like a $30 or $40 million budget, because at the time, slasher movies weren't a thing anymore. It was only remakes, remakes, and remakes. So, and in fact, Scream 4 was way ahead of its time. It tackled the whole social media craze, getting popular online craze, webcamming, podcasting. It tackled the horror franchise like all the other movies do, but it tackled all the remakes that were coming out in the early 2000s, like Halloween, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, The Fog, you name it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Pet Sematary, The Omen. You name a horror movie that was remade in the 2000s, Scream tackled that. It was also the first reboot sequel. You know, that's a big thing now with Jurassic World, Terminator, Creed, Star Wars, Halloween. But people, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, Scream 4 tackled that way before all these other movies. In fact, it was still 4 years before Jurassic World or Star Wars. It also tackled the legacy sequel way before now that we're seeing too with Jurassic World, Halloween, Star Wars, where you had the original trio, but they brought in all this new cast of characters and actors that was going to become the new group moving forward. Because going back to what I was saying about Wes Craven, Wes Craven came out in like 2013 before he died in 2015 and said, our original plan was to do 4, 5, and 6 Scream, and my original plan was to bring back Hayden Panettiere and Emma Roberts, which is actually very fascinating, and have them be in college. He never mentioned Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, or David Arquette. But he said he always planned to bring back Hayden Panettiere and Emma Roberts. And he said he loved Hayden Panettiere's character. And he definitely wanted to bring her back. And that is why he never showed her body at the end of the 4th movie. So we're getting Hayden Panettiere back with Scream 6. And this is great news. On so many levels. Number one, I always liked Hayden Panettiere. Who doesn't remember her breakout film debut in Remember the Titans when she was acting, her first acting debut, and she was acting over Denzel Washington, Will Patton, who else? A lot of the football players, Ryan Gosling. I mean, she was the MVP of that movie, and that was her first movie. Then she went on to do movies like Joe Somebody with Tim Allen. Then she did Raising Helen with Kate Hudson. And the guy from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I think his name is John Corbett. Then of course she had her big breakout TV show, Heroes, in the mid-2000s and late 2000s. That put her on the map. And then like I said, then in 2011, she was in Scream 4. She did that movie for Chris Columbus, I Love You, Beth Cooper. And then she got the other TV gig, Nashville, that went on from 2012 to 2018. And since 2018, she hasn't done any movies, any TV. And even, I don't know when her last movie was. You know, that her last her last TV was Nashville in 2018. So I don't know when her last film role might have been way even before that. So this is a great comeback for her. A franchise that she was well received, praised for. Everyone has wanted her back since Scream 4. But also I'm going to talk about some other things. Found out on Tuesday that 4 of the characters from Scream 5 are returning. Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, the 2 sisters, Mason Gooding, and the other girl, it was kind of like a Kirby Randy wannabe. She knew all the film and horror movies. So that's the first time in a Scream movie that 4 new characters that aren't the original trio are returning for another Scream movie. We still don't know. There's been not official confirmation that Courtney Cox will be returning. There hasn't been an official word on that. We still don't know if Neve Campbell's returning. I can go either way. I think they wrapped up Neve Campbell's story really well in the 5th one. And now that you're bringing back Kirby and you still got Melissa Barrera, who's the new Sydney of this new trilogy. Plus you got Jenna Ortega. So you really don't need Sydney Prescott. I like her. She's one of the best final girls in horror ever. Well, you don't need to bring her back just to bring her back. You know what I mean? One thing I'm really happy about is, like a Scream 4 was supposed to be the start of a new trilogy. And then it took 11 years to make a sequel. And kind of like when I talked about Pirates of the Caribbean on Monday, where one of the main problems with that franchise is they take too long to make sequels. They need to strike when the iron is hot. And Scream is exactly like that. You had the first 2 Scream movies come out only a year apart. Then they waited about 2 years and 1 month. It came out in January of 2000 for Scream 3. And then they waited 11 years to make Scream 4. And now they've waited another 10 years? Almost 10 years? Over 10 years. It's 2022. Almost 11 years to make Scream 5. So I'm happy now that they're finally learning to strike when the iron is hot. The Scream 5 movie made a lot of money, over, I think, 150 million on like a $20 million budget. Maybe $30 million budget. That's great. That's profitable. And it's done well on streaming. I think these movies don't cost that much to make. I think the highest is maybe $45 million. And that was Scream 4. So they're striking when the iron is hot. But also, what I like is that it's showing that even though Scream 4, the plans for the original trilogy for Scream 4, 5, and 6, they don't throw Scream, they're not throwing Scream 4, and there's Hayden Panettiere, right there, Hayden Panettiere. They're not completely scrapping stuff that happened in Scream 4. As we saw in Scream 5, Deputy Judy Hicks, who was in Scream 4, played by Mary Shelton, returned, and now she was the sheriff in Scream 5. She didn't have that big of a role in Scream 5, but she still returned. And now bringing back Hayden Panettiere from Scream 4 is also a great idea. And once again, it shows, even though we never got to make a true original Scream 5 in that new trilogy, we're bringing back characters from Scream 4 to make it still legitimate that Scream 4 is a worthy and also very much a part of this franchise that you have to watch. And if you haven't seen Scream 4 yet, like I said, I consider this maybe my second favorite Scream movie. I like Scream 2, but like I said, this one was way ahead of its time. And that third act is almost, it rivals the third act of Scream 1. Yeah, the only thing I don't like is the alternate ending that's actually in the movie. They were also commenting on that because that was very big in the 2000s of DVDs, special features having an alternate ending to the movie. So instead of just putting an alternate ending in the special features in Scream 4, they actually technically made an alternate ending, 5-minute alternate ending, and put it in the actual theatrical release. With again, commentary on that whole thing going on in the 2000s. But yeah, like I said, it legitimizes Scream 4 even more now to bring back Hayden Panettiere. Also, though, we don't know what role that Kirby Reed is going to have in Scream 4. I'm going to say he's going to have a bigger role than, if they wait until after they already started shooting to announce her. I don't think she's going to be the opening kill. I hope they don't pull another Cotton Weary from Scream 3. That would be totally bad. I don't care if she ends up dying by the end of the movie, if she has to save somebody. Could she be the killer? You never know. She could be. That would be interesting. Maybe all the trauma and all the stuff she had to deal with, she finally snapped. Maybe. Some rumors have said she might be a counselor that counsels Melissa Pereira and her sister Jenna Ortega. Now that's just a rumor. There's also another rumor out there that now that Gail Weathers is back on top, her own, a news reporter, that she might try to bring in all the survivors of a Ghostface attack and sit them all down. And that's why you're seeing, the 4 from the last movie return. You're going to see Kirby return. Almost like a Fast 5 meets Avengers Infinity War Endgame Scream movie. Bring back every character that survived in the original movies. And let's talk about their feelings. And then that's when a new Ghostface shows up. That could be interesting. Talk about a real bloodbath. Have all the survivors in one area. Why not? I don't know what they're going to do. There's rumors that maybe they're going to be in college. And Hayden Panettiere is going to be maybe a professor of psychology or something. Or a counselor at the college. I don't know if they're going to go back and do another college story like Scream 2. I really hope they do something completely different in this one. Really mix it up. That was one of the good things about the last Scream movie, and they really did subvert everyone's expectations. There are a lot of surprises in that movie that you thought, oh, I know how this is going to go down. Nope. Oh, I know how this is going to go down. Nope. So, I hope they do that even more and more with the story, though, rather than just plot beat, story beats. But we'll see. But I want to know, are you happy that Hayden Panettiere is returning to the Scream franchise? Are you a fan of her character? What do you want to see happen to her character? Do you want them to go with the original idea and making her the new Sidney Prescott? That was always going to be the plan. And really, also the other big question is, number one, could we see Emma Roberts return? Because she was originally supposed to return after Scream 4. Could Randy's sister return? She showed up in Scream 5. Could she be the opening kill? Maybe. But also, what does this do for Hayden Panettiere's career? You know, this movie hits hot. You know, Marvel's always hiring. I know they got that Fantastic Four movie on the way. I'm just saying. I think Hayden Panettiere would be a great Sue Storm. And talk about really have a Hayden Panettiere resurgence. You know, we had the McConaughey thoughts. Let's have the Panettiere thoughts. If the Scream movie does well and she's great again, and she books herself a role in a Marvel movie, I mean, that could really help her. That could really get her career. You know, we had the Tom Cruise thoughts. We've had the McConaughey thoughts. We had the Keanu Reeves thoughts with like John Wick. You know, let's get on the Hayden Panettiere thoughts. Come on. So yeah, what are you looking forward to Scream 6? Do you like this casting of her return? Do you not? Let me know. Matt the Mad here. And I'm sure we're going to be getting more news of Scream. Like I said, they're going to start shooting in June, only in a couple of weeks. And the movie's going to be out in about 10 months. Just 10 months. Which means probably by the fall, late summer, early fall, when we start seeing like Halloween Ends come out in October, we'll probably be getting a trailer for the new Scream movie by then. So really, 5 months away, we're going to be looking at our first trailer for Scream 6, or whatever they call the movie. If they call it Scream 6, that's going to be very weird to go from Scream to Scream 6. So we'll see, but for now, I'm calling it Scream 6, and that's what it is in the order of the franchise. So once again, Matt the Mad here. Like and comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I don't know why you haven't. You like hearing me talk, but you don't subscribe. I might need to come after you. I might need to put my ghost face mask on. You don't want that.